What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Morten Harket. And we're going back to his 2008 album, Letter from Egypt. I mentioned before, I'm going to keep jumping back and forth between this and Poetennis Evangelium until we finish both, and we are getting near the end of both. But the next tune on Letter from Egypt is Anyone. It's interesting, single word titles are tough to get a read on to begin with, but this one literally speaks to a lack of identity or a lack of specificity. If you're saying anyone, any person could stand in there. Now granted, it could be part of a larger expression, the idea like, can anyone help me? And so you're not looking for help from some person specifically or even some specific form of help, but just from anywhere you can find it. But ultimately, yeah, I'm not sure whether, it'll be a more positive or problematic rendering of the phrase, but it is an interesting term for a title because it literally refers to an identity that is less important than someone being in that role. So we'll see what any of that means. Let's find out. This is Morten Harket. The tune is Anyone, and it's from the 2008 album Letter from Egypt. These pipes.
Go tell my girl I've seen the tables turn before. Now there'll be no one at the door. Go tell her not to keep the lights on. Anyone to belong. The weaves of trust make a man so strong, but then you know when a thread is gone. Go tell her not to keep the lights on. Anyone, it was free. It was free. Of life that used to be so strong, now track is deep where we went wrong. Go tell her now I'll keep the lights on. For anyone, for anyone, I'll keep the lights on. Yeah, I'll keep the lights on. For anyone. You know
Fantastic. Right to the last moment. I do love that ending. But yeah, a really interesting tune lyrically. I was trying to track it. It sounds like a withering of trust, and someone maybe cheating on one person, and then eventually it sounds like he's saying, well, now I'll leave the light on for anyone. But it sounds like there's an intermediary. It sounds like there's, they're not in direct communication, so it's, communication after the fact and perhaps through an intermediary. But it's ultimately like he's saying like it was for real, but then it's like, is it real? It sounds like there's still an uncertainty of whether, the feeling or the thing he thought they had together was real. But yeah, it's interesting because it sounds like there was a breakdown in trust and a sense of jealousy or betrayal, and then ultimately the state of affairs now is they're not talking directly. It doesn't sound like so. I'm curious, how all this might be interpreted. But ultimately, I caught enough there that I'm intrigued what's going on, but not everything. So I'm not sure what to make of it. But sonically, fantastic. Again, at the start, it had this real ambient quality. It was like, am I hearing like bagpipes or maybe like Irish pipes? And then suddenly it slid into this, deep percussive groove I really enjoyed. And some flourishing sonic moments along the way, like doubling the way his voice can just again go into this like heavenly realm where few creatures exist. But yeah, ultimately I enjoyed the way the composition used both the best of Morten's voice and some great elements. Again, that moment where the strings came in the like latter third of the tune, that was really epic as well. So again, epic is the key word or the operative word for this track, certainly. So shout out to Morten, shout out to all the people involved in the different deep dives related to AHA, including Morten Mondays. I really do appreciate you, as well as all the champions of the channel sharing AHA and AHA related material, as well as all the other deep dives, of course. Yes, you are all appreciated. Do let me know what you think of the song. I will see you next time. Peace.